Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel for another live show as we are going to be discussing our clash with Switzerland, of course, tomorrow, 5 o'clock kickoff. It is quarterfinals time, it kicks off today, of course, with two very exciting matches, but then it is our turn tomorrow. Big up to everyone that's tuning in. Make sure you do drop a like on the video, by the way, if you do enter the stream. And get involved in the chat. And also subscribe if you haven't already. It is always appreciated, guys. So we're going to discuss that. We're going to go through a few things, look at a few key battles that may decide the game tomorrow. And we're gonna look at it in depth, this game for sure. But let's say a few of those before we do get into it. Aiden says, hello there, by the way. Make sure to smash the likes, everyone, and subscribe if you're new. Yeah, big up to you, Aiden. Always in, no matter what. Aiden also says, can England win on my birthday? Yeah, of course, it's your birthday tomorrow. I mean, happy birthday for tomorrow, mate, by the way. Hopefully you have a good day. And yeah, I mean, look, if they do, then that'll be amazing. But it's one of those. But either way, I really hope you have a wonderful day for sure. Aiden says, hope you're okay, mate. Yeah, I'm alright. Hope you're well. And we're Friday. It's Friday already, so the weeks are passing by quickly, aren't they? Hardest game yet. Blue Terry says, yeah, it is. It is. Now, let's get into it then, guys, right? Because we have got a bit to discuss, and we're going to start. We've obviously breaking news that broke over the past hour or so about Jude Bellingham, who, of course, was under investigation for the gesture that he made after the goal. Now, let's have a look what has been said. So, UEFA have confirmed Jude Bellingham has been handed a one-game ban for his gesture, but Bellingham suspension is valid for a year, so he will be able to play against Switzerland. He will also be fined £30,000. Of course, Fabrizio Romano, very, very knowledgeable guy, very trustworthy guy too on this as well. Now, obviously, he's just got a bit more detail from Sky Sports as well here. They say it's around £25,000 fine. But UEFA said the ban is not immediately enforced and is subject to a probationary period of 1 year. Bellingham is now clear to play in England's Euro 24 clash with Switzerland tomorrow. The England midfield, of course, scored that sensational bicycle kick in the last 16 victory over Slovakia. To take the time to extra time was investigated by UEFA over a gesture he made halfway celebration in the game. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, look, when I first saw this, right, guys, I thought that it meant that Bellingham was going to be ruled out for this game. But obviously, I don't really know. It's as if Bellingham can pick which game he's banned for, which I think is quite strange. But no, I mean, look, I didn't particularly like the way Bellingham acted after that goal. I didn't particularly like it at all. I thought it came across very poor. And again, I think he came across quite arrogant and cocky after the game had been won. I think it's been a theme, really, from the players so far that seemingly has undermined what the fans are thinking at the moment. You know, I don't think that's right at all, because at the end of the day, yes, we keep being told we ended up winning the game, we ended up getting the result we needed, and all this nonsense, right? But if you're actually being truthful yourself, and you're being truthful as a player and taking responsibility, you know full well that those performances that we've been putting in are not going to win this tournament whatsoever. So the fact that they're coming out and saying these things, and I think really it's kind of an undermining nature of the fans, really, if I'm honest. And I don't like it. I really don't. Aiden says thanks. Yeah, no worries. It's fine. Don't worry. I appreciate you. You know that. Blue says, not England, but can we appreciate how good so far Duff and the team and recruitment has been? Yeah, Blue Terry will be doing a show, Huddersfield Town show on Monday. So if you are available, I'm not too sure. I mean, you need to have a look. it'll be Monday afternoon because I believe that there will be the Euros games on Monday. I was going to do it in the evening, but I realised that there's going to be clashing with the Euros game. So we're going to do a show on that on Monday afternoon. So if you are available, come and tune in. But yeah, I agree, just briefly, yes, absolutely, really, really promising, and I'm really excited. So yeah, I will go into it a bit more in the Huddersfield show, of course, on Monday. But going back to this game, guys, so let's have a look then. So let me know your starting line for this game. There has been a few rumours going around, and probably looks like it is going to be true with the amount of people that have been speaking about this and the kind of formation change that's been spoken about. But I'm going to be consistent with my lineup, guys, and I'm going to be consistent. I don't care if the formation is going to change. This is the lineup I would go with for the game against Switzerland. Which, look, this is, like I said, this is our hardest game, like Blue Terrier said, and this is a big step up. And if we don't perform, then we are going home. I know I said that in the last round, guys, but we got away with it. But we will not get away with this kind of performance against the Switzerland side, who have shown so much more than Slovakia have experienced in the tournament. So that's it really. So we have to perform. Now let's take a look at my lineup then, guys, for this game. So as you can see, there is a few selection issues in terms of, obviously, Mark Gay was yellow carded in the last game, so it does mean he misses out due to suspension. So as you can see, I have put Pickford in goal. Trippier at left back again, not entirely comfortable, but there isn't anybody else there that I feel that can do any good for us. So we've got no choice. Now the centre half that I've got to replace Gay is Ezri Konsa. I think he has had a good season at Villa, and he is a good replacement for sure. Now, I'm not worried about the Gay kind of situation, in terms of, he has been very, very good for us. We know that he's been our best defender so far, even if we haven't been tested that much. But he's still done very well. So I think Konsa will come in, and I think he will do just fine in that position. So yeah. And then, of course, John Stones partnering, which he has been very underwhelming, by the way, but there isn't many other options that I would feel comfortable going with at this point in time. Kyle Walker, of course, right back again, another player that hasn't performed well at all and has been quite poor, if I'm honest with you. So these players all have to step up, and there's no excuse. Of course, I've gone with the Declan Rice and Kobe Mainoo has to start the game because he's shown what he's about in the past, in the last game, especially when he got the start. And when he's come on as well, he's looked very good. Declan Rice, we know what he's always a mainstay in our team, a crucial part of our team. So yeah, Declan Rice obviously is there. Now I have switched it up going forward, guys. Obviously, Anthony Gordon on the left. I want to see him on the left, guys. He's our only left winger, so play him. He's looked bright when he's come on, so give him a start. And of course, Bellingham for me has to play down the middle. Just to the point, Gordon though, I haven't been impressed with Foden. There is options in that area, so I have thought, you know what, Foden, you have to come out the side because you haven't performed. So it is simple as that. Bellingham has been quite underwhelming. Okay, he has got a couple of goals to his name, and he's a player that can create something out of nothing and provide that moment of genius like he did against Slovakia. So he's always got one moment in him, and that's why I think hopefully he can perform better in this game though, overall, and be a lot better than what we've seen. Now, obviously on the right, people might be surprised. Obviously, I was to and fro between Cole Palmer and Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka has looked quite tired. He's not looked the same, and he hasn't really done an awful lot, has he? Really, if we're being honest. He has obviously provided a few good attacks on that right-hand side for us, but just hasn't really, done much at all overall. But Cole Palmer, is he a good option from the bench? Yes, he is. Now, if Cole Palmer start, by the way, I won't be against it, but I just think I'm just kind of edged with Saka, to be honest with you. But Cole Palmer, definitely a good shout. And Harry Kane leading the line. So that is my lineup, guys, for the game. Now, we are going to get into the predicted lineup that has been posted on social media from ITV Sports. So we are going to get into that because obviously we did mention about the formation change that is most likely going to happen. Let's have a look at the comments. Oh, yeah, we've already been through that. Blue Terry says 3-4-1-2, Pickford, Gomez, Stones, Walker, Saka, Manu, Rice, Trippier, Foden, Kane, and Tony. So you've gone very bold and brave with this lineup. Look, I mean, I've always said that I would like to see two up front. I would probably, because I'd like to see Watkins and Kane up there. I don't agree with Kane and Tony, but look, thank you for your lineup. And yeah, I mean, you've certainly mixed it up a bit and gone brave. I'm not too sure about it in my own opinion, but I respect your choices and that's fair enough. The Villa player Watkins needs to start. Hello there, Villa player. How are you? And yeah, look, I mean, Watkins is a good option. I just kind of wish we could play two up front because I would be putting Watkins in there, guys. Honestly, I would because I really like him. I think he's a great player. He doesn't get the credit he deserves. He always makes those runs in behind. He's got pace. And he knows where the back of the net is, like he has shown for Aston Villa this past season. And beyond that as well, at previous clubs too, the likes of Brentford, we know how good he was at Brentford too. So, look, that is what I think will be starting the game. Now, let's have a look at the predicted lineup that is predicted to start the game. Now, like I said, it has been reported that we are going to be playing three at the back. There's going to be a formation change. So obviously Pickford starts in goal. Konza, Stones, and Walker as the three centre backs. Then you've got Manu and you've got Rice in the DMs. And then as your wing backs, you've got Trent Alexander-Arnold and Saka. And then you've got the two cam positions, a more attacking role in Foden and Bellingham in the middle there, combining. Will that work? I think for me, when I've seen them in the middle together, at times when they've both been in the middle together in games, in the last few games, they haven't really connected very well, in my opinion. And obviously they've gone for Kane up front. So that is the potential, kind of the predicted lineup, really. We were expecting that lineup out, really. Forgot about Bellingham switching out for Foden. Yeah. I mean, I thought Bellingham might have missed this game because of obviously suspension, but apparently, like I said earlier, the UEFA have said, well, he's got a 1 year probationary period or something. I have no idea what that means, but yeah. But yeah, guys, I mean, look, whatever lineup we go with, we want to see a vast improvement in what we've seen in the past, of course. We've been so poor. And going into the game, look, I've been quite vocal about this. I don't have much confidence going into the game. It's kind of hard to have the confidence when we've seen how this tournament has panned out so far in terms of how we've played. Switzerland have done very well, and certainly, like I said, are a big step up. We've got some great players in that team, which will punish us if we, more than once, if we allow them in. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting game, isn't it, for sure. Now, the predicted lineup for Switzerland. Now, I did want to do a graphic for this, guys, but for some reason, the 3-4-2-1, which is what they like to play, doesn't seem to be available on any of the lineup predictor, any of the lineup 11 apps that you can use, to create your own formation, do the graphic like I did with the England squad. So I've had to do it like this, unfortunately, guys. So yeah, Sommer in goal, of course, great goalkeeper, full of experience. Now the three at the back, obviously Shah and Rodriguez and Akanji. So them three at the back have been outstanding. I think they have been really good. Now in the midfield, we have got the likes of Vidme, Grant Xhaka. We're going to get into a real key player in this Switzerland side. And we are going to get into a few of his stats. We're going to look at a few stats again, guys. Frula and Ibisha, probably said that wrong, but anyway. And then Ndoye, Vargas, and Mbola. Now that front three, that kind of there's kind of a two attacking players just behind Mbola, but that front three is going to cause a lot of problems, guys, because they have done very well so far. I like Ndoye. I think Ndoye's been outstanding and he's really shown what he's about in this tournament. Vargas has looked very dangerous, driving at the play, the defenders, trying to make things happen, threading those passes through. And Mbola has obviously just come back from an ACL injury just recently and has really done well for himself, obviously made a real impact. And look, he's a goal scorer and he will score if we give him a chance. So that's a predicted lineup for Switzerland, guys. Now let's have a look at your comments before we move on into the key battles that we can see that may pan out in this game. Blue Tail says, don't mind the predicted lineup as I don't think 4-2-3-1 has worked so far, but I want to see it stop playing backwards for the sake of it. Look, I think the 4-2-3-1 does work if you have the tactical ability of a manager that knows what he's doing. I'm hopefully that makes sense. If you have the tactics to play that system and to give the players freedom, so I do like the 4-2-3-1, guys, but it's clearly not being utilised correctly by the manager, and we are not seeing the best. So I don't think it's the formation that's not I don't think the formation is the problem. It's how the players seemingly have been instructed on what to do and how we're going about games is the bigger issue. But yeah, we don't want to see it going backwards for the sake of it. Always the safe option. Needs to be speed about our play, a bit of tempo, forward-thinking play for once. For once, please. Aiden's gone for a 3-4-2-1. Pickford in goal, Stones, Konza, Walker. You've gone for Palmer, Manu, Rice, Bellingham, Saka, and you've gone for Tony and Kane up top. 3-5-2, yeah, 3-5. I was going to say, 3-5-2, yeah. But yeah, I mean, look, this lineup, obviously, you put Palmer in there, which I'm not surprised about, to be honest with you. Tony's come in. I mean, look, Tony did well in the game, but I think I'd like to see that Watkins-Kane combination, if that was what formation we went with the two up front. But yeah, no, look, on the balance of player, yeah, a really good side, and can't really argue with what you've gone with there, to be honest with you. So thank you for posting your lineup there. Now let's have a look, guys, because we have got a few stats, and we are going to look at the head-to-heads and also how we've fared in the tournament so far, guys. So here we are, look, in this tournament so far, we have scored 4 goals and Switzerland have actually scored 7. So again, I go back to it. They have scored plenty of goals, guys. Only 3 behind the highest scorers, who are Germany, of course. So they have scored. They've shown that attacking intent, and they're really dangerous going forward. Now, goals conceded 2 for us, 3 for Switzerland. So they have conceded 1 more goal. The shots that we've had, 32. They've had 1 more shot, 33. Shots on target, 13 for us, 18 for Switzerland. And then shots off target, 19 for us, 15 for them. Now, just continuing on with the stats, guys. I mean, look at the passing accuracy here. 88.84% passing accuracy for us, and Switzerland have had 84.85 passing accuracy percentage-wise. So, obviously, we are the better passers of the ball, but look, they still, it still doesn't mean too much. I think we still have to you know, we know that they can still their percentage is still quite high, isn't it? So let's not kid ourselves. And we've dropped 2 points each from winning positions. Now, previous meetings, guys. So we've won 12 out. We've won 12 out of the 18 games we've played against them. I don't know if this comes into play, guys. To be honest with you, obviously they've won 1, and we have drawn 5 against them. So that's the head-to-head overall in all competitions. But yeah, interesting, wasn't it? Those stats really, what I kind of spoke about just then. You know, very marginal kind of differences in the stats, and yeah, it's certainly going to be an interesting tie. Now, guys, we're going to get into a few players that want to kind of look at the key battles, and certainly in that midfield, it is going to be a key battle. And I've picked Granit Xhaka, who I've said has been so good in this tournament so far, and of course, his former Arsenal connections, of course, being at Arsenal, and he's going to be coming up against a current Arsenal player in Declan Rice, and that's the 2 players I've looked at first. So let's have a look at the stats, guys. So key stats here. Obviously, Xhaka has played in all the games. His passing accuracy has been 89.25%. Top speed, kilometres an hour, 31.3. And his distance covered has been 46.65 kilometres, which obviously covers a lot of ground. His passing accuracy, maybe you expect maybe a bit more, but still very high, let's be honest. And maybe for his standards, maybe you would have thought that he could get into the 90s at least. But no, he's dealing at the 90s, but not quite there. Now, his distribution, obviously, he has completed 254 passes out of 280. Short passes completed 73 out of 79. Medium passes completed 165 out of 177. Long-term passes 16 out of 24. Backward passes 42 out of 42. And yeah, there's a few more stats there you can see on the screen, guys. But look, his passing is more or less spot on, more often than not. Obviously, he doesn't get everything right, which nobody does, to be honest with you. But he's a real key player in his midfield. Everything goes through Granit Xhaka. Now, the total attempts he has had has been 4, and he's had 3 on target in that period. He's defending 7 tackles overall, 1 tackle, 1, 6 tackles a loss, which isn't great, is it really? He has recovered 12 balls. He's recovered ball recovery is 12, and blocks 2. And yeah, I mean, look, it is interesting, isn't it, to see these. So that is, of course, Granit Xhaka. Now, if we look at Declan Rice, who I have said a lot to compare to, obviously, again, Rice played in all 4 games. Now, his passing accuracy, as you can see, is a few percent higher than Granit Xhaka's. So his passing is even better than Xhaka's. His top speed, 32 kilometres an hour. And his distance covered, he's covered more distance, 49.17 kilometres. So yeah, he's covered a lot more ground by a few kilometres. Now, a few of his distributions, 272 passes completed out of 296. Short passes 70 out of 75. Medium passes 181 to 198. And his long range passes, though, as well, have been equally impressive. Maybe he doesn't do them as much, but 21 out of 23 is pretty impressive, isn't it, guys? And a few other stats there that you can see that, yeah, obviously is interesting to see that. Now, the attacking side of his game, obviously, he has had 4 shots, 4 total attempts, 1 on target with 2 off target, and then 1 hitting the woodwork, of course. So he has kind of caused a little bit of a threat in that, you know, going forward, as Xhaka really didn't. Now his tackles overall have been 10, 6 tackles won, 4 tackles lost, guys. So he's recovered 29 balls, and his clearance is completed 2 out of 5 as well. So look, his stats, obviously, Declan Rice are certainly interesting. Now, for me, the key stats I see out there, if you look at this, Granit Xhaka's stats here, 89.25%. If you look at Declan Rice's key stats, he has covered more ground than Xhaka. He has got a few percent higher passing accuracy. That is the key things to take away. But look, this midfield is going to be an interesting battle, and I think those two will obviously will be a key battle in that midfield for sure. Now, I do want to talk about somebody else as well for Switzerland. I haven't really compared with anybody as such, but I do want to touch on this guy because Ruben Vargas, who I did mention earlier, guys. Let's have a look at his key stats. He's played in all the matches. 1 goal, 1 assist. His passing accuracy has been 79.25%. His top speed 32.21, and distance covered 28.55. So yeah, that's his key stats. Now his distribution, passing completed 74 out of 90, 28 out of 34 short passes, 43 out of 51 medium passes. So these are just a few stats that Ruben Vargas has been able to do in this tournament so far. And yeah, he's a really tricky opponent to come against. Obviously, his attacking stats don't really say that he's really dangerous, but I just think he's got a lot of pace, quite a bit of skill, and I think he's a dangerous player for us. Obviously, a dangerous player for us to watch out for, should I say, not for us. For our opponents, of course, that we're going to be up against. So, like I say, he has scored the 1 goal and 1 assist. Now, his attempts on target 4, 1 off target, like I said. And yeah, I mean, look, I just think he offers a bit more than these stats kind of show. Because I just think his ability to cause a few issues, driving at defenders, can really cause problems. And especially with our dubious defence as well. But I mean, look, the defending by him, he's recovered 5 balls and his clearance 1 out of 1. But yeah, so Ruben Vargas is the one to definitely look out for. But I mean, just the final thoughts before we do end the stream, to be fair, because obviously it's a bit of a short one today, to be honest with you. But no point going on and on and on if we don't need to. But look, I said it before. Look, I am edging towards Switzerland winning this game. If I'm being brutally honest, guys, like I do want us to go through. Of course, I do, but I have to be realistic. And from what we've seen, unless there is a massive improvement, I don't really know how we're going to be able to get through it. The game I expect, look, Switzerland likes to have the ball as well. But obviously, I do expect us to have more of the ball, if I'm honest with you. But again, it's what we do with the ball. It'll be interesting to see what the formation is going to be, if that 3 at the back is going to be correct. And the start of the game is going to be key. I think we have to start the game well. If we start the game poorly, then it's just going to set the tone for the match once again. We have to make sure we start quick and, kind of put a marker down early on. Obviously, Switzerland will be looking to do the same. But yeah, I mean, look, I think Ndoye for Switzerland has been really good in this tournament. Like I say, Mbolo, all those, these players going forward are going to be it's the toughest players we've come up against in this tournament. I think the midfield, Xhaka, if you can try and stop him, then that'll obviously go a long way for us to be able to win the match. But it's easier said than done, of course, because Xhaka is such a good player. The defence is going to be interesting to see. Obviously, like I said, Switzerland have conceded 1 more goal than so far in the tournament, but I feel like they still have got the better defence. Strangely enough, strange as that sounds, but especially with the form of the likes of Stones and Walker and Trippier not looking comfortable as well. If he ends up playing, of course. But yeah, no, I just not too sure, guys. But look, it is obviously going to be an intriguing match, and we're going to have to wait and see how it plays out. But yeah, well, I think we're going to wrap it up, to be honest with you, because we have kind of gone through the preview. And yeah, let's see what happens. But I think it's one thing for sure is if we go crashing out of this tournament in this round, we were lucky to get away with the last round, but if we go out this round, it's going to be deemed a massive failure once again. And I think it will put increasing pressure on Southgate to actually end up walking, which I think, well, for me personally, I would absolutely be, really happy about, because I've had enough of Southgate. People know me and people have seen on my stream before what my thoughts on Southgate are. And to be honest with you, I think the majority of us are in the same boat in terms of Southgate has to go after this time regardless anyway. So yeah, no, let's see what happens. But yeah. So guys, thank you so much for watching this live today. Obviously, thank you everyone for tuning in, for your comments, contributions. If you are watching this on playback, please do make sure you let me know your thoughts ahead of the game and let me know your score predictions. I have gone for a 2-1 Switzerland. I just can't see anyone. You guys honestly can't. So yeah, I've gone for a 2-1 Switzerland. And yeah, so yeah, let me know your predictions. Gosh, hay fever, guys, today is again on a madness. But yeah, like I said, please do make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel. It really does help me a lot, guys. Honestly, it really does help me if you can hit the like button and even comment as well, because that gets the video noticed too. And subscribe if you can. We are on the road to 500 subscribers. But yeah, that is it from me for today. There will be a match reaction video after the England game. Not directly after, of course, because there is a game quickly after that. But there will be. I think I probably need a few hours to kind of take everything in and kind of piece together what I want to say as well. So yeah, we'll get out on Saturday night after the second game of the day, and then yeah, obviously plenty more content to come on the channel as well. Huddersfield stuff as well, in terms of a weekly Huddersfield show for the time being. Whilst obviously it is pre-season, we're just obviously when we get into the season, it will obviously step up that content. And obviously, to be fair, I've done a lot of Huddersfield stuff because we've been quite busy in the transfer market, as people will know. So, like I say, if you haven't watched my videos, my recent videos, I did do a video late last night on our new signing, Anthony Evans. So you can go and check that out, guys. It would really mean a lot to me. And there's various other videos. Herbie Kane as well, signed in the last few days. Mikael Miller. And yeah, I've just been consistent with my videos, to be fair. So yeah, go and check all of my videos out if you can. It would really mean a lot to me. You can follow me on my socials, HTFTV8 on Instagram and Twitter, or X if you want to call that. I still call it Twitter, guys. But yeah, enjoy the rest of the day, whatever you get up to. Enjoy the football later on. There is, of course, the opening 2 quarterfinal matches today, later on. So enjoy those, and I'll see you on the next one. But yeah, thanks for watching, and take care, everybody. And I'll see you all very, very soon.